Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Um, I'm very excited for this Texas A&M Alabama game. For the most part, after the Texas game, I was actually thinking that A&M would be one of the teams to beat Alabama. Well, looking at stats, this is what I've come up with. A&M puts up 39 points a game. That's really good, and they convert 49% of the time on third down offensively. That's really good too. Defensively, they've only given up 22 points a game, and they've given up only 24% third down conversions. So that's not bad at all. At Alabama, they score 32 points a game. They've only given up 14 points a game. That's really, really good defense for Alabama. Bama's turned the ball over 4 times, but they've only turned it over once in the last 2 games. They've had four total turnovers, but their defense has forced 8 turnovers. Ugh. And A&M has turned it over 7 times. That's not good. I know this game is being played in Texas A&M, but check this crazy stat out. Alabama's had a total of only 75 penalty yards in 2 road games. One was at South Florida where they had 35 yards of penalties, 5 penalties, and they had 6 penalties for 40 yards last night at Mississippi State. That's a crazy statistic, you know. And I know playing at Texas A&M is really hard. Whether it's at day or nighttime, it doesn't matter. It's very hard. But I think Bama has played better on the road in these 2 road games than they have at home. At home, they gave up 90 yards to Texas, 60 yards to Ole Miss, 19 in their home opener against Middle Tennessee State. I think Bama is a much more disciplined team on the road than what they were last year. That's what that tells me. Now, I do think it's possible they'll get more than 6 penalties. They'll probably even have close to 80, 90 yards altogether. But check this out for Texas A&M. At home, Texas A&M has had 30 penalties. No, overall they've had 30 penalties for 228 yards. And they've only had 1 road game. So outside of that, they've had 23 penalties for over 100 and... good grief, almost 180 yards. I have to go with Alabama in this game. I don't think Alabama is necessarily better than Texas A&M, but I think the penalties will help Alabama in this game. A&M gets a lot of stupid penalties. They've turned the ball over 7 times. Bama has forced 8 turnovers defensively. That doesn't even include the 4th down stops they've had against Texas, South Florida, and Ole Miss. So I got Bama probably winning this game 27-24. Now, I understand Milroe has had his struggles, and he's probably going to throw a pick in this game, but I do think Bama wins the turnover battle. Again, A&M's had 7 turnovers in 5 games. Not 4, 5 games. That's still alarming, and Bama has forced 8 of them. I think Bama's defense will have at least 2 turnovers to win this game. They'll probably get a turnover in the red zone, and probably somewhere up in midfield. Might even get a stop on downs. And here's the thing. A&M at home has had a lot of penalties. Even when you have a really good football team, you're playing another really good football team, turnovers and penalties make a big difference in that game. And Nick Saban is a better coach than Jimbo Fisher. He's been far more successful than he ever has overall. So I have to go with Bama. I think Bama escapes with a big win, 27-24. I think offensively they do enough not to cost a game, and I think their defense holds off A&M's explosive offense enough to win the game. I think self-inflicted penalties and a few turnovers will kill A&M in this game.